Very good morning to everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic of Google App Engine. So the outline about the Google App Engine is we are going to see about the cloud computing briefly, and then a definition of Google App Engine, and then Google App Engine services. After that, storing and retrieving process, and then the real world examples we are going to see in this. So first, about the cloud computing definition, it is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access with a shared pool of computing resources. So which means that whenever we are in demand of accessing the services, we can pay and then we can able to access the services. And then what are the service providers? We used to have it everything. We can able to access it. So the example they are saying is about NIST or NIST. That is the definition of cloud computing. They are based upon that they are formatting the cloud computing definition. We can able to access the resources like networks, servers, and then stored applications, services, everything we can able to access it. The ideas behind the cloud computing are on-demand access, shared pool of resources, minimal service provider management or interaction. So these are all the key ideas on cloud computing. So the first thing is software as services, platform as services, and infrastructure as services. So software as services is how far we are using the Google apps, that is of Salesforce.com, NetSuite, Lotus, Webfillings, Zoho. So these are some of the Google apps, and then Google App Engine examples are Windows, Azure, Longjump, Rollbase, Amazon Elastic, Beanstalk. So these are the examples of platform as services, and infrastructure as services, Amazon EC2, Rackspace, VMware, Joyent, Google Cloud Storage. So these are the examples of infrastructure as a services. So first the question is about the Google App Engine. So what it is? So is it a web server, or is it is an application development environment, or it is a gateway to the other Google products and services? Obviously we can say the answer is yes. And then what it mean? So it is a web server, so it runs on Google's infrastructure using WSGI, can be used in a Python development framework, that is of Django, Jinja, etc. We can use it, and then in scales automatically we can use it. So it is an application development environment. It has its own software development kit. We can build it and test locally, and then we can deploy it globally. So SDKs for Java, Python, and then we can use for PHPs also. We can able to develop the PCs, Mac OS or Linux. So it's right price, and then it is made available free too. So Google App Engine is the development cycle. What they have given is, first we need to build and then test, and then we need to deploy it. So this is a Google App Engine SDK kit. Later on that, if there is any changes, we need to manage it, to update, and then finally we need to build. So the bottom update and manages of Google App Engine management console. So here it is an application development environment. So how the Google App Engine environment will be looking like, and then it is a gateway to other Google products. So and then the Google App Engine services are API, that is it is a memory cache, URL fetch, data store, SMS and voice, mail, and then authentication, search. So like that we can able to provide the services. So URL fetches, it is similar to URL but optimized to run in Google environment. And then we can able to have a data store. So based upon the query we can able to access the data which is present in the database. So it is about the data store, pictorial representation, how far the data will be stored in the DB, and then the data stores are shown here. So and then we can able to have the Google App Environment services as cron. Cron job is it is used to perform the repetitive task. So for every 10 minutes your Python module will be running this. So it is managed via the cron.yaml file. So beyond the database data store, there are several options like Google Cloud Storage, Google Cloud SQL, Google BigQuery, Hadoop on Google Cloud. So these are all the storing techniques we used to have. That is storing and retrieving process. Google Cloud Storage is large files where we can able to retrieve by the app users. Example 106 GB on Google Cloud Storage. And then Google Cloud SQL, it runs on its own MySQL instances. No server configurations will be there. Encryption, replication, path management can be done. And then Google BigQuery to analyze, it is a tool to analyze a large data sets. Hadoop on Google Cloud, we can process the data and then we can analyze it. So usually it used to deploy on a cluster of virtual machines. Similarly, it is a simpler app engine solutions like MapReduce Python library and then the managed virtual machines. So the real-time examples where we can use is Khan Academy, and then we can able to build an application Pulse, and then so the UV soft. So these are all the web applications where cloud is deployed. Thank you.